Everything is cool on this car. Oh, we've got a Type R badge down here as well. Cool. D-Tech just kicked in, yo. Cool. There it goes. Cool. That's the rev limiter. Cool. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we are crossing one off our modern classics list. We have never driven a Honda Civic Type R EP3, and it has been on our list for quite some time because it is somewhat of a legend, this little hot hatch from the early zeros. And today we've got one from one of our viewers. His name is Giel, which will sound weird to all of you international guys, but that is how we do in the Netherlands. Giel, awesome guy. Thank you very much for bringing us your car. You have a very cool car. So today I'm going to show you around it, then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for a quick Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video. And if you like, you can check us out on Instagram at AutoTopNL. Alright, so this generation Honda Civic Type R, it was introduced in 2001, and this particular one is from 2005. So it's a late model. That means that it is a facelift. It has xenon headlights, different rear lights, and it also has a lighter flywheel to shave off 2/10 of the 0 to 100 time. So this does 6.6 seconds to 100. Down from 6.8 pre-facelift. We've got some cool Honda wheels. Everything is cool on this car. It's like a retro Japanese cool. Everything is cool. With Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, which are always awesome. 17-inch wheels. And of course, this car is nicknamed the bread van. And you can see why. It has that little weird rear end, Type R badge on the side there, on the rear as well. He has a Megan Racing exhaust on it. He also has a K&N air filter, and that's about it. It's pretty stock. So we'll take a look at the 2-liter VTEC engine, 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated, of course, codename K20A2, and with some titanium stuff. What is that? Very cool. Oh, he also has this DC Sports titanium brace, which is adjustable, manually adjustable. So that's also pretty cool. Redline at 8,350 RPM, so it revs out like crazy, and it runs off 2 cams. So at 6,000 RPM, the VTEC kicks in, and it actually changes cams. And it changes to a cam that allows more air to flow into the engine, which means that you can inject more fuel into it, and that means that you actually get extra power, and you really feel that, and you actually hear it. So what do you think? You can rate the exterior of this car in the top right corner. Let me know if you agree with me that this is Japanese retro cool. It's such a fun little car. Everything is fun about this car. On the inside, some changes as well, because the previous owner, which was actually the first owner, installed all these Alcantara, red Alcantara pieces in the car. So the seats are standard, but this used to have like red cloth. It's now red Alcantara in the doors as well. Nice that the previous owner actually changed some cool stuff on it and took care of the car. So we have to press that button for the alarm. What else? Well, we've got a steering wheel which is positioned like you're driving a bus. It's a bit like, it's weird. The angle is a bit weird. It should have been more upright. And we've got a very cool manual gearbox with the gear lever on the dash, which is really weird, but it makes sense because it's really close to the steering wheel. So your shifting times are, or your shifting times, well, the time it takes to take your hand from the steering wheel to the gear lever is just very short because of it. We also had it in our Fiat 500, so yeah. Don't know what that means, but So you can rate the interior of this car as well in the top right corner. And I've got a little surprise for you guys, a little hidden gem. Check out this Type R Moto Sports 12 volt lighter. Very cool. Okay, so let's take it for a drive. Oh, we've got a Type R badge down here as well, with some kind of serial number there. Cool. Okay, here we go. No ESP on this car. No limited slip diff. So it's all you. That manual gearbox and those front tires, you have to manage everything yourself, which is kind of cool. And it also touches on a point that is one of the reasons why this car is so great and why it is probably better than modern day hot hatches. You have to do everything yourself and it feels like you're actually driving a car instead of a computer. So here we go, 5. There it goes. VTEC just kicked in, yo. Oh man. And that's what I meant when I said you can actually hear it changing at... There it goes. You can hear it opening. It's really cool. It's such a clever system, and it does mean that when you're below 6,000 RPM, that it does feel a little bit slower because, well, it is. It has 200 horsepower, but it only has 196 Newton meters of torque. So when you drive it around like a regular car, it really doesn't feel that special. But it's when you hit that 6,000 RPM, that's when the special stuff begins. There it goes. You also feel a little bit of torque steer when, well, torque steer, horsepower steer, when that VTEC kicks in. You really feel that you get more power on those front wheels. Handling wise, well, it's not insanely hard or anything. It's not soft, it's right in the middle, but the steering feel, the connection you have with the front wheels is, well, pretty much absent. It's very distant, the steering, and that's a shame because it's a small car that's relatively light, just under 1,300 kilos. So it would have been better if they had some kind of upgrade on the steering rack as well for the facelift, because it's very numb, the steering, and you really don't feel anything. It's when you start losing traction at the front, that's when you start feeling something through your steering wheel, but then it's already too late basically. Okay, here we go at the Autobahn. Top speed 235 kilometers an hour. I'm not sure if we're going to manage that right now because you do need quite a bit of space to do that. Martijn discovered earlier. But that's not the point of this car. The point of this car is just that. Revving it out and enjoying that little VTEC engine. I mean, this is full throttle. It's not really that fast. That's the rev limiter, 8,350 RPM. And because of that lighter flywheel, it revs out so easily, so smoothly. Wow, the suspension for this is actually pretty good. Soaks up everything really nicely. But but it does take a while, as you can see. My foot is firmly pressed to the floor. This is no fun. If you want to check out the AutoBAHN POV, you can click in the top right corner. I'm just going to slow down a bit and have some more VTEC fun. So here we go again, 6,000 RPM. But this is what's missing in modern day hatchbacks, in modern day hot hatches. Some character, some fun, something else, something different, some weird idea to make a legendary car. You can rate the performance of this car in the top right corner, guys. Let me know what you think. The wipers don't really like rain. But I mean, if you compare this to a modern day 200 horsepower hot hatch, that means comparing it to a Ford Fiesta ST or a VW Polo GTI, a Renault Clio RS baby. This is so much more fun, and I know that it's, you know, it can't really be done anymore with modern day regulations, but it just reminds you of what we're missing if you drive a car like this. And the owner actually told us that he's not planning on selling this car ever because he likes it so much. He's just saving up to buy another car, which I can totally understand because it is something special, this car. Now, of course, you guys know that this car is somewhat of a legend, and rightly so, because this particular one has done 175,000 kilometers now. It's from 2005, as I said. And still today, it is almost 2 seconds faster from 100 to 200 kilometers an hour than a new VW Polo GTI with a DSG gearbox. I mean, that is impressive. It is a little legend, and the owner told us that he is thinking about getting an upgrade. There are a lot of upgrades for this car, of course. He is looking at a limited slip differential and some engine upgrades to bring the total to 260 horsepower. So Giel, if you decide to do that, please contact us again, because we would love to drive that. That would be absolutely awesome. Again, thanks a lot for bringing your car to us. We really enjoyed it and enjoyed meeting you as well. To you guys, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right here. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.